In this week's Schreiber Council meeting, Council approved several resolutions, including funding for a new wastewater treatment project, the purchase of 2 municipal vehicles, and the disposal of an older dump truck. Updates from the Economic Development Officer and Community Economic Development Committee highlighted ongoing partnerships, local business promotions, and the upcoming Discovery Center brochure. Finally, Council revisited the Northern Highway Safety Plan and noted challenges regarding police board funding. There will be follow-up discussions at the next meeting.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Council and Committee of the Whole meeting for August 12th, 25. First of all, I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Robinson Superior Treaty Territory, and that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and the Métis. I have approval of the agenda for the open session. I'm all good with that. Any disclosures of interest?
Yeah.
It's a full.
Sorry. They're probably on speaker, never mind, sorry, man.
Okay, question period.
There wasn't.
No questions, so moving on to minutes of the previous meetings. Resolution 249-25. Moved by Councillor Bourgeau, second by Councillor Bryson, that the minutes of the Council and Committee of the Whole meeting held July 22nd, 2025 be accepted as circulated. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 250-25. Moved by Councilor McGrath, seconded by Councilor Bryson, that the minutes of the special council meeting held August 5th, 2025 be accepted as circulated. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Committee of the Whole recommendations. Resolution 251-25. Moved by Councilor Bryson, second by Councilor McGrath, that council authorize the use of Canada Community Building Funds in the amount of $370,393.54 to cover the 2024 unfunded portion of the wastewater treatment plant ESA project. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 252-25. Moved by Councilor McGrath, second by Councilor Bourgeau. That council accept the 2025-26 inspection report for the Schreiber drinking water system as prepared by the Ministry of the Environment, Conservation and Parks. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 253-25. Moved by Councillor Bryson, second by Councillor McGrath. That council accept the quotation from Sheehan's Truck Center Incorporated in the amount of $79,950, excluding applicable taxes and delivery for a 2011 International 7500 tandem dump truck, with the purchase to be funded from the working capital reserve. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 254-25, moved by Councilor McGrath, seconded by Councilor Burgeot. The council declared the 2000 Sterling dump truck as a surplus asset to be disposed of. Discussion? All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 255-25, moved by Councilor Bryson, second by Councilor McGrath. That council accept the quotation from Lakeshore Auto Used Car Dealership in the amount of $28,846.67, excluding applicable taxes, for the purchase of a 2020 Chevrolet Silverado, VIN 3G CNYAEF 2LG 117693. Discussion?
Yeah, can you just read that total off again to me, please?
$28,846.67.
Plus taxes. Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
I had different amount.
I believe that was supposed to be different. It's 22 something.
It's a different truck.
I had 39,080.
It's a different truck.
Okay, so this is a different
By
truck.
the time we talked about it, went back, we had lost.
Okay.
Yep.
And this, sorry, this model then is a
It's a 2020,
2020.
right?
Yeah.
2020.
Okay,
Four-wheel
that's
drive.
okay.
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
All those in favor? Carried. Accounts for payment. Resolution 256-25. Where you gonna leave my computer? Moved by Councilor McGrath, second by Councilor Burgeot, that banks debits paid out of the general bank account in the month of June 2025 in the amount of $41,282.76, and in the month of July 2025 in the amount of $44,014.54, be approved and ratified. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 257-25, Moved by Council Bryson, seconded by Council McGrath, that checks issued on the general bank account in the month of July 2025 in the amount of $576,666.95 for general accounts payable be approved and ratified. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
I have questions, sorry. I just wanted to see if anybody else did. So just for the treasurer, July the 10th, it's not a check number. Foss National Leasing.
That would be our XTR payments. So they are direct debits on the bank account, so they're processed differently. It's not a check that pays them, it's a direct debit.
But it's a lease payment?
No, that's just what it's called, FOSS. The XTR is FOSS.
Okay, so it's, okay.
Yeah.
Check number 29947, Lakeshore All Makes and Models. So that's where the difference, and that's where that different money came in, 28,846, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I couldn't reconcile, Marlene, it's okay, I couldn't reconcile it to the amount that we'd approved.
Okay.
Check number 29848, New View Auto Glass. Can you recall what that was for?
Does it have the invoice number on it?
No, it does not.
So what's the check
How
number?
much?
29848, New View Auto Glass.
29848.
July the 3rd, New View Auto Glass.
Says fitness room, mirror, and window is the description. So up at the gym.
So one of the mirrors was accidentally broken. We have an incident report on it. So that needed to be replaced. And the window, he added a second pane to it because it was never changed in the original renovation.
Oh, okay.
So we kept the weather out better.
By adding the second pane? Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's fine. And the other one I know, and the other one I know. Okay, that's it, sorry. Those were the only questions I had. I don't know if anybody else does, but.
Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 258-25. Moved by Councilor Bourgeois, second by Councilor Bryson, that bank debits issued on the general bank account in the month of July 2025 in the amount of $79,006.12 for payroll be approved and ratified. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 259-25. Moved by Councilor McGrath, seconded by Councilor Bourgeois, that the seventh line of Resolution 19-25 be amended to read, and that council transfer from the working capital reserve $9,087.43 as budgeted in bylaw 13-2024 to cover the CLI ECA engineering report. Discussion?
Yeah, why? It went down?
So at the time that the original report was prepared for the transfers, they're subsequent to the time that the report was prepared for the transfers, it was identified that there were posting errors that were in that account. So this is for the CLI ECA engineering report. And those adjustments have come through. The actual cost of the report was, I think it was budgeted at 15,000, but it came in at $9,087.43.
So the other postings that were originally included in this 30,277 didn't belong here? They got posted someplace else?
It's just us.
So we have to, would we then, Marlene, have to, I'd like to amend myself, the capital continuity report that you provided at the last meeting.
I believe the one that the last meeting had the corrected amount on it.
Okay, so then no. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Did you need a resolution in before? That's only. I see. So we should.
All those in favor? Sorry. Carried. Resolution 260-25, first read.
Yeah.
Whereas the proponent is proposing to construct and operate a long-term energy project located on municipal project lands as defined and with the characteristics outlined in the table below under the long-term 2 energy supply window 1. Request for proposals LT2 E1 RFP issued by the Independent Electricity System Operator, IESO. Capitalized terms not defined herein have the meaning subscribed to them in the LT2 E1 RFP. The proponent has no later than 60 days prior to the proposal submission deadline delivered a pre-engagement confirmation notice to an applicable local body administrator in respect of the municipal project lands that includes the details outlined in the table below, except for the unique project ID, which should only be required as part of the pre-engagement confirmation notice if available.
There's no spot on that, just for the.
Okay.
Just for the minutes, we need a mover in a second.
Can I have a mover and a second?
We'll log it. Don't write it on there, we'll log it. Yeah. You need a mover.
Can I have a mover and a second? Dan? Move it. Second. And Benji.
Okay. Just saying.
Perfect.
Resolution 361-25, moved by Councillor Burgeon, second by Councillor McGrath, that bylaw 36-2025, being a bylaw to establish a site plan control in Township of Schreiber, be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. Discussion?
I have a question, I think I know what the answer is. The attachment, the Schedule A to the new bylaw is much longer than the Schedule A was to the old bylaw. So I'm guessing as we read through this, this is commercial,
Correct.
this is not private,
This is for, yeah, commercial and industrial highway corridor.
commercial and industrial, okay.
So Mr. Miller, our planner, had started this when Nathan was here. It just never got finished with council, but we have a situation where we need this
Oh,
to
need this
give
done.
to a company, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it then, sorry.
Sure.
That's just my question.
You're good? Hearing no more, all those in favor? Carried. Okay, we'll move on to our committee of the whole portion of the meeting then. First up, Economic Development Officer report.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. General update on things that have happened last month. I met with Greg from FedNor to discuss some funding for future projects. I met with Chad and Minot from Parks Canada to discuss partnerships and funding for future projects. I met with Chelsea from NOHFC, or I will be meeting with Chad. I've been discussing with Chelsea from NOHFC to meet in person soon to discuss funding for future projects and different applications on some of the grants that we've been looking at. I met with Lise Bourgeois to discuss our local economy. And I had a meeting with Catherine from OTF to discuss current and future projects. Also, I will be attending PMO in Ottawa this Saturday till next Wednesday. Our Community Economic Development Committee update. Minutes from the July 2nd, July 28th committee meetings are included on the agenda. Some of the things we've discussed in there is the Economic Committee's responsibilities and implementation plan. The first half were discussed in the July 2nd meeting, and the second half were discussed in the July 8th meeting. I do have a more detailed list of what's been going on with the implementation plan. If any of the council would like, I can send that to them. Also, on July 28th, Jason Nesbitt did the delegation presentation representing the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is going to work with the township and the Community Economic Development Committee to put on events that will support local businesses. Some other projects are in the beginning stages and were discussed. And Viking ship Players will bring 2 full buses of 46 passengers each to the Discovery Center on September 10th. And we have started a gift card promotion with our local businesses that's going for the next few weeks, just to promote local businesses and interacting with the community. 3, Discovery Center Committee update. Minutes from the July 3rd and 24th committee meetings are included in the agenda. Members voted on and chose the new Discovery Center brochure they wanted. Attached is a copy of the brochure for council approval. I'd like to discuss that. So, we're going to discuss that? Did everybody look at the brochure?
Yeah, if you want to stop there and you can discuss it, sure.
What do you think, Kevin?
Thank you for providing us with copies. Jamie? I like the content. I like the color matching to the rail cars and stuff. I do. Provided us with an email discussing the difference between logo and brand, which I understand. I like the addition of the Schreiber logo on the backside. But I guess I have a question or concern about the Discovery Center and Railway Museum logo. I'm aware we've been using it. I'm aware of how we obtained it. I don't dislike it. And I understand that you guys have it. I got a lot of merchandise and stuff. I understand it. I guess my concern, my one and only concern with this is, and you would typically hear from me, hey, where are you getting the money? There's money in the Discovery Center to have brochures made, and I like the brochure. I guess in hindsight, I look at the logo and just think maybe back in the day whenever this happened, that somehow a step got missed. Because part of our strategic plan as we're working forward to get that plan done speaks about having a unified logo or brand for our community. And I guess my concern is that it's different. And I got the email to explain why, but the use of this logo was never, that I could find, approved by mayor and council. If I have a concern, it's that. I don't dislike it, I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying I think a step kind of got missed somehow.
So what would you suggest then for the mayor and council to kind of defer this for tonight and discuss whether they would like to have that as a logo, representing just the Discovery Center, if that's okay, and we'll still have a Schreiber brand, or where do you think that kind of give me guidance, what you think is the best thing?
Where you can go with that.
So I think you'd have, like, there'd be a couple of options. I mean, the train logo itself is not the township logo. So, I mean, it could be, one option could be to just have everything in one brand. And even though we have merchandise this year, so I suggest selling out this year and maybe looking at if you're gonna change the logo to next year's merchandise. If you want the Schreiber train as a flat brand across the board. But also too, this is, even though it is a part of the township does own the asset, they are kind of their own entity.
Right.
Well, because I'll explain how kind of we were looking at it as a group, right? Like, you know, Nike, you got Nike K brand, right? But then they had Air Jordan. So Air Jordan's logo was a picture of Michael Jordan in basketball, and on the bottom of the shoe was Nike swoosh. So they had this brand of Nike on there, but then that specific item, you know, they had for that they had a unique, you know, logo for that shoe, just like this would be a unique logo for the Discovery Center, but still it's all Schreiber brand, right? That's kind of where the committee was, where their
Thinking was.
right. Yes.
And
So on your, on your sign here, so I'm a bit confused about it. You've used the Schreiber logo. Why would you not use the Schreiber Discovery Center Railway Museum logo?
Good point.
do you, could,
I mean,
see,
like,
you see where
that's-
the confusion's kind of happening?
Well, no, I know what you mean, right? As for the sign, I figured you know, there was only room for one, so that's where we put the Schreiber logo, right? Versus on the brochure, it has room to put Schreiber logo, you know, at the back, but this would just be the logo, if that's what.
Or if you're gonna brand all, everything, right? I would put, it's just me speaking, I would put the branding one on here, and maybe down in the corner, put the Schreiber one a little small,
Okay, yeah.
like what you did with the brochure.
No, that's a good suggestion too, so I can bring that back to the Discovery Committee and talk to them about it.
I think it's good. You make a good point about people having a bit of a spin and having a unique logo. And you made a good point that, you know, maybe a step was missed, but it's missed. So going forward, we should make sure that they don't get missed, and I like it.
I think that's a great recommendation, Councilor Bryson. Just a note for moving forward, this stuff really just should be approved. But I wouldn't want to see you change it. I don't dislike this logo. That's not my point at all.
And you know, people are right, because, you know, people like the Schreiber logo, they want to buy T-shirts, but then some of them, they're, you know, the real train bus really like that logo, and people are buying souvenirs and that, so it definitely sells, you know, at the museum for souvenirs.
Councilor McGraw?
Yeah, we need to be, I mean, we all need to be on board whenever we're making a decision on branding and, or a logo, or, I mean,
It's tough because it's a broad thing that can really be.
and we don't really have, we've never sat down and had that discussion on the Schreiber logo. Is it what we want? Is there something else? And we've never had that discussion. And maybe that's part of our strategic plan, is maybe some guidance on branding and logos, and try to everybody to understand how they fit together. And but as far aside from that, yeah, I mean, I sat in on the meeting where we had a discussion on this, and but yeah, I like the look of it. I think it was well done. A lot of work went into it by
Yeah,
committee members.
it's great. The
and-
content's excellent.
Kathy,
And
it's
well done, and I like it, so.
And so I guess then my last piece about the brochure was you do there is money in the Discovery Center budget for brochures. So I'm going to assume these are going to be produced professionally.
Yes.
So you will not have them for this year then?
No,
They'll be for next year.
that's what I'm planning, because we still have to go through budget and get quotes and do all that stuff to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Now possibly that could be at the next meeting, maybe I can,
So you're coming to us
just for an approval.
just for an approval of this brochure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good, thank you. Next, my members voted on the sign for the Walkers Lake Road parking lot sign, attached as a copy, so like you said, Mayor, is you think that this logo,
Would be your main
the
logo.
main logo with the Schreiber brand in the corner, like a smaller logo on the corner?
Yeah.
Okay,
I agree.
yeah, we'll bring that back to committee. I think they'll like that actually, because they like this as the representation when you send them.
So once you have the new design, you're gonna get quotes. And then
Once we get design, yeah, we'll get quotes.
and then look for some type of funding.
For the price, yeah.
Okay.
Is that all you needed, Jamie?
On that one, yes.
Okay.
Okay, what else? Visitors as of August 4th were 2,632. Circle tour stamps were 176. More for some reason in the last few days, circle tour stamps are crazy. So a lot of.
That's
What
good.
was that total last year, Jamie? Like last year overall?
3,000, I think is what it is.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that,
No,
but I think they're talking about
somewhere in that area, so we've seen a.
They already know they're gonna go past that for sure this year, yeah. The Historical Society, we just as we found out that the Historical Society is receiving $4,000 of funding from the Superior North Community Features Development Corporation for the Duke the Dog exhibit that will be put inside the Discovery Center.
That's awesome. They've been working on that.
Yes, and you know what, and it's good, and we met yesterday about something to get the exhibit. The exhibit's gonna be really cool, because it's gonna promote Duke the Dog, but it's also gonna have this Explore Schreiber button, and it's gonna attach, to different community things, so it's really,
That's awesome.
it's really good. The Discovery Center will be highlighted in the Queen's Parks picks of 2025 by the Ontario Association of Architects. The project was selected and nominated by Lise Bourgeois, so thank you very much, Lise. And that is, it's gonna be a feature thing. We've sent in pictures and that of our Discovery Center at their Queen's Park thing, so it'll get lots of exposure. CBC will be visiting soon to do a short video on the Discovery Center with Ray. It's about Back Road, what's his name? Back Road Bill. He has a podcast, right? I don't know, Back Road Bill, is that his name?
Backwards Bill.
Yeah, and he's just coming to do another interview with Ray about the Discovery Center and possibly have him on the podcast. A full list of projects is in the works. It's gonna take us a bit, of everything that the committee would like done at the Discovery Center. The top two projects right now, after Duke the Dog, is the Upper Light display and the scroll display. And I was told yesterday that Upper Light now it's trademarked, so we have to call it Cyanite Rock.
So don't use you for like.
Yeah, just because of trademark purposes. So it'd be a cyanite rock display, which is a fluorescent solar light inside a cyanite rock that glows when you put a UV light on it. It's been very popular. There's a piece of rock at the front of the museum, and the students show everybody when they're signing the guest book, and they love it. It's one of the most popular things. So the committee would like to do an exhibit that is rocks that you can look into. They can go dark and light up the rock and make it glow. So,
Is that, I mean, I seen it, it's a nice rock. Is that the
Yeah.
one that came from Schreiber Beach?
yeah, well, and he
Yeah.
knows where a few are, but yeah.
Yeah, there is a story on how that all came about, the Upper Lights in this part of the country anyway. It's a pretty good story. I don't know if anybody read it. I just read it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen more people down in Schreiber Beach this year, or only this year, with UV lights looking at rocks. And it doesn't matter what time of day, they're there in the daytime looking at rocks, so it's a big thing, I guess.
It's very big, it's a very popular attraction, so it'd be nice if we can get that into there at some point.
Yeah.
Also, another one is the scroll display. What that is 35-foot long document that's attached. And it's a document of engineering blueprints of 40 miles of track between Nipigon and Pace Flat, dated January 1st, 1884. So, we'd like to do a display, you know, at the bottom there of the whole 35 feet covered, laid out and then covered so that people can check out the whole blueprint in there. So,
And that's just the tip of the iceberg, eh? Like,
yeah,
there's
more
so much that
stories and that, and there's other things.
that's in storage, and Ray just keeps getting more and more stuff. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he was talking about, at the meeting, he was talking about a Morse code craner,
yeah,
telegraph. That's the right word. Telegraph craning tool. You know, back in the day, like, you could train people how to operate a telegraph and understand Morse code, and then it speeds up and slows down. It was pretty interesting. He was telling the story, but that's just stuff that no one's ever seen. I've never heard of it.
mhm.
yeah.
But anybody that's got any of the rail buffs out there would see that, and I just think that's the best thing ever. But and that's just some of the stuff that Ray has in storage. So
I appreciate the committee's excitement over some of these projects, I do.
It is, and I'll keep trying to find sources, you know. I
Okay,
had a good discussion with Parks. They really like, the cyanide rock, because it's geology,
Okay.
right? So I'll try and do that. But what the committee wanted to kind of know is just, like I said, open a conversation of once, you know, if we can sit down with the council or something at some point, or CEO, and just see if the township could help fund some of these
okay,
projects, you know, maybe if we only get half funding for one, or for the other half, or or every year, if, you know, a certain amount of maybe money can go towards an exhibit or something.
okay,
We gotta, yeah,
So-
we'll have to figure that out
yeah.
and get back to them.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I think Jamie, it might be a good idea if you talk to our treasurer and got some 2025 budget information for the Tourist Information Center, because I'm sure, as you're aware, the budget's pretty tight. We don't have a lot of
Yeah.
extra room. So I would appreciate, like, I like the ideas, but I think you need to also be aware that some of these ideas might not be feasible even until 2026, right? Or 27, given current budget constraints. And just, if she could provide you with the budget line information for the Tourist Information Center, I think it would be helpful for your committee to understand that we're just in tight times.
No, I understand that. That's
Okay.
why I was kind of more just, you know, like I had at the bottom here actually about delegation September.
Yeah.
I don't think we need that. I think, you
Yeah.
know, what it is I'll work with Marlene, but I could sit with them. Once we know maybe a shortage of what we're not getting from other places, then we can come to council, and then we can more in-depth understand. You can look at numbers and say, you know, maybe we can do this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's different funding streams out there too.
Absolutely.
We're gonna exhaust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
so I'll keep trying to get as much.
Yeah, if you can just stay maybe in contact with our treasurer,
Yeah.
because she's got those items, right, and understands the budget, and I'm sure she'd be be able to give you all the information that you need.
Okay.
But it is exciting to see how excited they are. And that these new projects, Dan, I appreciate that. That rock is very cool, that scroll is very cool. I mean, there's lots of good stuff coming.
Yeah, you only have to stay there for one day, and it's down for one day, and you see how crazy.
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, so-
It's great. It's a great asset for our community.
Awesome, thank you. Last members, I've just been working on multiple other tasks. We've had a long to-do list, and we've just been doing them. Certain things like getting plaque pictures done, USB sticks are in the works for sale. Lots of people ask for that. We'd like to get some train tickets, souvenirs, stamps, and we're just coming up with lots of fun ideas, like doing off-season activities with schools and stuff like that, we want
Yeah.
kids around, so.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's it.
Okay,
Any questions?
No, no, you have a brochures, thanks.
oh, thanks for that. So we'll move on, CAO report, monthly update.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh.
All right.
Thank you. An error has occurred. Okay, oh, perfect. All right, so, our finance department, Marlene's been working with, Grant Thornton to complete the 2023 year end. Grant Thornton has estimated that the draft papers will be available at the end of August and the FIR sometime in September. Breland's been busy ensuring that the bills are paid, and I just want to say thank you to the ladies for their dedication and hard work. Public Works did a fabulous job dealing with the water main, I almost said water main break on Erie Street. They were quick and efficient, and awesome work, Corey, Chris, Austin, and Clint. These guys also managed to get our municipal office building foundation fixed and secured once more. The recreation maintenance team is doing a great job with yard maintenance while attending to events and mechanical breakdowns, so awesome job, team. Thank you, Tammy, Corey, Chris, Austin, Clint, Patrick, Josh, Albert, and Steve for all that you do. Heritage Days was a huge success this year with positive feedback from our guests. The Recreation Committee and Evan have outdone themselves and will have a challenge to top it next year. The Summer Youth Program has been a huge hit thus far, also with positive feedback, so thank you to our summer student assistants for keeping the kids entertained and safe. And Jamie for Economic Development, as you saw in his report to council there. The Discovery Center is benefiting from his efforts. We did get approved for another grant that involves our baseball field, so that exciting announcement will be made later. So thank you, Jamie. Administration, Cecile continues to keep us organized and on time while generating her council packages, meeting minutes, and cemetery paperwork. Bonnie's been working hard scanning our bylaws. I believe she is up to 2011 now. So she's been working hard, getting our township records digitized, while serving our residents with a warm smile and a warm greeting. Everyone loves her, so thank you, ladies, for all that you do. And Karen continues to monitor property standards, parking, and animal violations. So thanks, Karen, for that. The Senior Center Committee does an absolutely wonderful job every Thursday setting up and tearing down from their weekly barbecues. Their contributions to the Heritage Days events were much appreciated and enjoyed by all. Kathy's continuing to be a strong leader from afar, and we miss her dearly. There's many positive projects on the go that will benefit the community as a whole. These projects would not be possible if it were not for the efforts of our team, all of our staff and council. I appreciate all that our team does and enjoy every day that I spend with you guys. So thank you.
It's a good report.
Thanks, Ron.
So this one open, hold this one open.
Okay. We don't have to do that one. I'm gonna approve that right away.
Okay, good. So
Okay.
having
I'm gonna
issues.
fight you.
Okay.
But now that I hear we can get a TV, what's an HDMI cable?
One of those two and a speaker. Get a speaker thrown in.
I think you can operate a wirelessly probably.
Okay, go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, so we're having issues with our projector system. So I did speak to Northern Computers regarding this, and they shocked me when they told me that a light bulb replacement was $300. I can't even imagine. So while in the discussion, though, they had suggested that council consider going to a 72-inch smart TV, 75-inch smart TV with a stand. We wouldn't need this projector system, and it would just run on the Wi-Fi.
And we wouldn't
And
need
it-
that anymore either?
No.
We wouldn't need this computer here.
No, and it would be portable, so you could move it if we had to move it out of here. and use it in the gym, we could, or if we wanted to use it somewhere else, we could.
So this smart Google TV, you could hook a computer up to and run, for instance, the TV might be there and you could run a meeting off it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, it will be, it is a computer. The smart TV is a computer.
It is a computer?
Yeah.
So this HDMI cable thing?
No. Stop. Okay, so there is a bit of a cost difference. So if council were to go with the smart TV option, it would be $2,544.99 plus taxes. And then the projector option would be $1,432 plus the taxes. But they do recommend going the TV because the projector is quickly outdated.
As was pointed out earlier. So my question is, where is the money coming from?
We actually have a budget line for computer equipment. I would take it out of that. I don't know the exact name of maybe Marlene can help.
The treasurer, do we have money in?
Oh, I wouldn't say that you have, I wouldn't say that in your computer line would include,
You would take it from there?
that contingency item, because this wasn't in your budget.
No, but we
No, it
did
wasn't.
budget for computer.
Expenses?
Yeah,
Yeah,
For your software, your hosting, that type of thing. So this additional cost is not part of that expense line. So this, Anne Marie is correct, Constable Burgel is correct. This is outside of your budgeted amount.
do we have a budget line under admin that this would fit into?
I would say that it's going to be over and above, because there isn't really much of a buffer that's in there.
We at one time had spoken about putting money into, to reserved for one side for items like this, like a laptop tanks
You
or,
did that in 2024. You did not do that in 2025.
did we move enough in 2024 to take this one item out? We didn't put money in 2025 because we didn't have it, Marlene, remember? But would we have money in that one line that would pay for this?
You'd have to bring it in from reserve, because I do believe in 24, right, that would have been a transfer.
Yeah, What?
I think it was, I'm, honestly, it would take me some time to find it, but I'm, memory, it was either 1,000 or
It was.
1,500, wasn't it, in 24?
all right,
Give me a minute to look.
sorry. I'm not fighting you on this, I'm just
No,
trying to
it
figure out
makes
where to get
sense.
the money from.
Yep.
And okay, Councillor Bryson's right. It's, like, my thought is by the bowl, but he's quite right. This stuff is getting antique and it's not working very well.
Yeah, we see that
There's a
every
risk on
council
the
meeting.
bulb too, that it's not gonna last,
Yeah,
could blow the next day, and I don't think there's any warranty on them.
no, and this is not the first time we've had problems with that and the volume. We remember,
It's every council
Yeah.
meeting, so we can,
That's-
it's getting, yeah, we do need some updated equipment. It's just, couldn't have failed at a worse time.
Yeah.
Did you have thoughts about where you would take that money from? I think the computer line is pretty much spent because it's pretty much stocked up with software.
And it would have to come out of, working capital.
So as long as you're aware, it would come out of working capital.
Would it?
Well, we would wait till the end of the year to see what kind of position we were in.
Yeah.
But it certainly is unbudgeted.
Mhm.
And it's not $20,000.
Yeah,
It's $2,544.
it's something that's gonna last us 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So as long as you guys are okay with that.
no, I'm okay with it. We need it.
I'm good with it.
I'm good.
And I'm good with it. But our treasurer, you can provide some advice and assistance, Marlene, on where that money might come from.
I think your train of thought for either working capital or, infrastructure.
Yeah.
Because it was, I think it was infrastructure that we transferred it to in 24,
Okay,
so
okay,
one of those, so just put it to be transferred from reserve,
okay.
when you decide which one you're doing.
Thank you, Marlene.
It went to went to infrastructure in 24.
So to be clear, we're gonna go with the Google Smart TV? We're going with the more
High
expensive?
sense.
Okay. All right.
Okay, go treasurer report, capital budget variance, January to June 2025.
Okay, so you have the capital variance report, so it's to remember that it is looking at the budgeted versus actual to anything that's posted in the general ledger as of June the 30th. It does not include any committed funds that the invoices haven't been processed for. The report has the status updates on the right-hand side. Would say overall that most projects have been started, in progress or completed. There are only, the ones that have not been started are in the water department, the majority of them in there. Also included, is the state of emergency general ledger amount. And that is bringing the total right now estimated is just under 591,000.
Any questions?
Maureen, when I compare this report to the capital project list that we worked on May 27th, I have two items on this report that so under buildings, the PWG boilers, what does that stand for?
Public Works Garage.
Boilers, okay. It's a zero line item, right? And it's got 12,957 in progress.
So zero budgeted line item.
Yeah, so zero budgeted. So my question then is, it's on the capital list. It wasn't budgeted. I don't remember this ever coming up, and I don't know where we're taking the money from.
I thought there was a resolution to
That was in 2024.
Okay, so this was in 2024. So this,
What?
The boiler failed in 2024.
But you're just fixing it in 25?
It was repaired and the invoice just came in.
so that was probably something that we reversed because we hadn't spent the money and would have to carry it over, bring it back from 24 to 25. Can you look into that for me?
I'm gonna have to. So,
Okay.
yeah, good thing you pointed that out.
No, the other one is, and it's just these two items. MC, which is, I'm guessing municipal complex, roof phase 1 of 4, and 24,709 complete. And I'm gonna bet, Tam, is that the same thing that was done in 24? Because that's also not, we didn't approve any municipal complex roof phases at all when we did the capital budget in May. But I thought maybe that's a 24.
No, you're correct, but that was the expenses that we paid in them doing the research up there, peeling back the grid to check out the decking, peeling back the gym wall to find out what was on that wall. There was expenses to all of that. And
Okay,
we got those approved by council incrementally. So together, it amounted to that money.
okay. And it wasn't budgeted, so now do we know where that money is coming from? Because it wasn't on my 2020, it wasn't on my May 27th list. So Marlene, can you look into that one for us too? It might have been paid and it looked like it's coming from operations. It could very well be if
the
it was paid
resolutions, you
incrementally.
brought the resolutions to council. Did the resolutions identify how it was being funded?
I don't remember. I'll have to look.
Sorry.
No worries, but I am trying to figure out that, I'm curious to know why, I'm still on the public works garage. Why we're getting invoices and why they're being coded to 2025 if they pertain to 2024 work. So that's a little bit.
Okay, those two items under buildings, PWG boilers, municipal complex roof phase 1 of 4, that didn't match what I had as approved in May. So that's the only 2 questions I had. And I don't know if anybody else has got any questions. Everything else is copacetic from what I can see, but you guys have a look.
I'm good.
I'm good. Where do you see that municipal complex?
Oh.
I don't see it on here. Okay, all right.
And the capital one.
Yeah,
It's under the capital, yeah.
yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, you're on budget variance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably where I was too.
okay, yeah, no.
Okay, so you ready to move on to budget variances? Arlene?
No, I'm annoyed right now. Not sure I'm
Sorry,
gonna be able
I'm
to focus
sorry.
on this one.
No, I'm sorry.
I suppose when it comes down to the roof, there was a discussion in a meeting. Do the other 2 of you remember anything about all of that funding that? No?
That was the emergency meeting that we had with Dykstra Roofing, Mayor Mullins, Rondo was in on that.
I remember
And they
that.
had asked if they could open up a grid to find out the condition of the deck.
Because part of that, but that's only like about $7,000 out of all of it, I think.
That one was
For the
around
grid.
8,000, yeah. And
But
then-
they had also done, there was a leak that we had to repair. There were several leaks that we had to repair.
Yeah, we did repair
That's part of that.
spots on the roof. And then they opened up that gym wall to find out where the water was coming in into that main hallway.
How about we look into it and then provide council with an update at the next meeting?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so we can keep moving.
Sorry.
They're waiting for you to hear.
Budget
No, but
variance.
I'm wondering if what that may have been.
Closed session for the roof?
Yeah. Was it? I don't remember.
No.
I don't
Maybe,
think so.
because I'm looking on your old
No.
reports. But, okay, moving on, where are we now?
Budget variance.
Okay, the operating. So all of the departments have sat down and provided the information, not just for the operating, but for the capital as well. Your budget variance report for operating. These again are high-level balances for both revenue and expenses. They again are reflected of what the balances are at the end of June. So we're sitting in the middle of August now. There are some changes, right? Obviously that will happen. Overall, operations are progressing well with most departments on target. However, there are some anticipated departments that we're anticipating will be over budget at the end of the year due to decisions and circumstances subsequent to the passing of the budget.
So our total operating revenue, halfway through the year, we are at 52.47%. We're almost right about where we should be.
Correct.
But our overall operating expenses, we've already spent almost 59%.
Correct.
So our expenses are a little higher than expected.
Correct.
And that's giving us a warning. You're giving us that information.
And then there are very specific,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So most, it seems, are on target, other than, yeah. And there's some, I understand too, there's some overall department expenses that get year-end reconciliation, so it's really hard.
Yeah.
But is it possible, I guess, no, you can't really put an estimated amount into your invoicing system. It has to be an actual invoice, right?
Well, if information is provided that there has been,
Yeah. And you don't really get it till close to the end of the year anyways.
particularly if we are sitting in August and I'm finding out that we've got stuff posted in 25 that pertains to 2024.
Yeah.
Right?
But, no, it's a good report, Mark. I might ask you for a copy of the detailed report, but this is excellent. And I have no questions about this unless you guys do, or the mayor does.
No.
Not good.
Number 8, council expense.
So this is the quarterly report for January to June for council expense and remuneration. This is an annual report that gets passed on an annual basis. This is just the quarterly report for January to June. Total costs, again, that's reflected in the GL as of June the 30th is $46,370.40. If there are any posting errors that are identified, please let me know.
So our annual remuneration again in June, we're at exactly 50% by taking numbers off your chart. So that's excellent. Conference expenses, it looks like we've spent 72% of about in June, but I know that the AMO expenses for August have already been posted, but not the travel. So it looks like, to me, by the end of the year, all things being equal, Rhonda, do we have any more conferences to attend after
This is-
AMO?
This is the last conference of the year.
This is the last one? So we should be underspent in conferences is my thinking and be right on the money with the travel expense. So I think that's going really well. Thoughts?
Is there any, did they not do municipal league in the fall too, or do they only do it once a year?
Yeah,
The municipal league,
I
one was
think
only
there's,
once a year, right?
I think there might be one more in-person meeting. I'll have to look at that in the fall.
So,
No conference though,
No conference, just a,
just the spring conference.
just an out-of-town meeting,
Yeah.
in-person meeting, yeah.
I
So
think
they don't
that's
do, they used to do
shooting,
fall
isn't it?
conferences too, they don't do that?
Yeah, it's in shooting, yeah.
yeah,
The last
so,
one's in shooting, so. But that's just a day trip,
yeah.
and lunch is usually provided, so.
Is there a fee for attending that?
No.
No, so
There's no more
there.
conferences.
So then we should end up then. Yay, mayor and council. Underspent.
I may have one day on overnight police for it.
The police board, yes.
That's budgeted separately.
Yeah,
Yeah, right,
that doesn't go there yet.
right.
Thanks for the report, Marlene.
Yeah, thanks, Marnie. Okay.
I don't write excellent too often. You'll notice that. I don't write excellent too much.
Number 9, budgeted reserve fund transfers fiscal year 2025.
So the recommendations that are before you are all what was included in your 2025 budget. This is just to solidify them, to get them posted, so we're ahead of the game. Another good news story.
Love it. I know this is a very good news story. Thank you, Marlene. Well, it just makes more sense. To me, that you're doing this early, I think that's perfect. Are we also taking steps, Marlene, to complete the CCBF and OCIF transfers to cover the outstanding ESA projects for 2025? Or we're gonna do that at the end of the year?
We would,
Probably the end of the year.
I'm a bit more cautious, so I do like to wait a little bit longer, a
Okay.
little closer to the year end.
Fair.
And I will tell you, one interesting thing is we did receive one invoice last week for the ESA upgrades.
Okay.
So that will have to be posted and paid and
Okay,
posted.
that's fair.
Yeah, so that project will be a little bit more.
That's gonna be, okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Marlene. Director of Operations report.
So we had Coney Cranes come and inspect the lifting devices. It was it was discovered that they hadn't been inspected in a number of years, which was Aqua's responsibility, so they've completed those inspections. Any repairs to the crane itself would be under the township's responsibility. There's no lifting devices on these monorails, so the inspection just consisted of the rails. The first monorail that is located between the clarifier building and the parking lot at the wastewater plant has been locked out. It was installed incorrectly and cannot be repaired. So that one's locked out and he recommends it being removed.
I mean, but is there a cost to remove that monorail? I don't know what a monorail is, so that's why I'm asking.
It's a possibility. I'd have to have a conversation with Public Works to see if it's a lot of steel and it
Oh,
could be really heavy.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that the loader can handle that.
Okay, so but if there is a cost, is this something you'd be doing in 26, or is this something that the inspector wants you to do right away?
He has not provided a timeline, so I
Okay.
believe that I can wait until the 26 budget.
Okay. Yeah, just, yeah.
The rest of the monorails were fine and passed
Nice.
inspections. At the water treatment plant on July 26th, we had issues with the actuator on filter 2. So a technician was brought in to replace the actuator. Normally we could rebuild those actuators, but this particular one was really rusted inside and cannot be rebuilt. So we'll have to replace that in the future for inventory. The second issue that was happening that same weekend was that the common waste valve was cycling. So it was affecting the raw and treated water flows. So they were hoping that it was a software issue through the SCADA system. They brought in Automation Now that could remote into the system, and he was able to fix the problem through the back-end software. So we're monitoring it at the moment. It seems to be fine. There was talk about possibly needing to replace the valve, but so far we've not had any malfunctions of it since.
Is this one of the valves that we keep a spare on the shelf for, Ted?
No, not that one.
Okay. No spare. Okay.
As Wanda already mentioned, we had a water dig on Erie Street where we replaced a 6-inch water valve. I will say that, my apologies, I was looking at the wrong GL account, so we're not going to be over budget on that. We haven't done any of the main valve work yet, so I still have all that room in the budget line, so we'll be okay with that one. But the guys got the machinery and were able to dig the day it was discovered, so it went off very well. And then you have your water flows for the month of June. And it shows a couple spikes in flows, but we were doing some sewer flushing during that time. The splash pad was being used heavily at the time, but the tank levels were able to maintain good numbers. We never really dropped below 90%, so all that's a good news story as well.
Is that sewer flushing done once a year or just
Twice.
twice a year?
We'll do it in the spring, we do it just before the fall.
Okay. And that's done all at once or piecemeal?
They do it consecutively in about 3 to 4 days by the time they get through the town. They use the fire hydrants and a sweep that gets down into the sewer mains, and it just pushes anything that's hung up,
Oh.
and it'll prevent any clogs in the wintertime when we can't access it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Okay,
Excellent.
number 11, North Sidewalks Project.
So, we were quoted at 785 meters, and we got 809.2 meters completed. So we did really well that way. There is 2 areas of concern when I did my inspection. One of them, the resident has asked that they'll do their own. And the other one, we're still waiting for base concrete to come back and complete that work. I did talk to him this morning, actually. They're just super busy, but we also have their last payment still in our possession, so we expect that, he'll be here before Friday. He's hoping. No promises, but he's hoping before Friday. He'll have 2 guys come down and complete that one area. Other than that, there was no other defects found.
Jem, is there like a NORDS final report that you have to submit, or do we already have the funding? Is it sitting in a deferred revenue account someplace? Or is there a report that has to be
There
filled
is a
out?
final report that will have to be, there were annual reports because it was all sitting in deferred revenue. It's no longer deferred revenue because the project was done in 2025. So that final report will have to be completed, yes.
Okay. And then is it that final report tied to some money?
It'll be the final payment, yeah.
The final payment, so there's plans underway to get that done once this is, okay.
Okay, Director of Operations, on the report, equipment surplus.
So we've already passed a resolution to surplus the dump truck, but this report is talking about the value that we should be placing on these vehicles. What I did is I contacted some heavy truck centers, provided them with information on the Sterling to see what it would be valued at. So my suggestion in the process of how we'll conduct the sale, much the same as a tax sale, we'll stage the vehicles, post the hours of the sale. They can come and have a look at the truck, provide a sealed bid at the end of the sale. We would open up the bid and award the winner. So for the dump truck, I suggest that we advertise it at $20,000 with a reserve of $10,000 on it. And then the Chevy half-ton, the 2009 Chevy half-ton, I'm not sure that it could pass the safety without doing a lot of body work.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Not even
more
close, yeah.
of a parts truck at this point. So I don't have any idea, but I suggest $2,000 to $3,000 for that vehicle. So just looking for council's approval on those values and the process that we plan to use. We'll have both vehicles staged at the same time, and we'll conduct both sales at the same time.
And you're gonna advertise the sale?
I do have some interest already from people on
Okay.
the dump truck. I don't propose going through gov deals in this instant. Why pay the auctioneer pricing
Okay.
when we already have the interest generated? So we would advertise it through, we would send the information by email to the interested parties, post it on Facebook. I can post in various locations advertising the sale.
Have you thought of, just because I have somebody who I think may be interested, being able to maybe attend the sale?
No, everybody can attend the sale.
No, but online. Like,
Oh,
do you like, somebody may want to be, I don't know what you would do, you don't call it Zoom, but
Virtual.
virtual. There you go, thank you.
Yes, I
So
can.
if we just,
Yeah,
you
but
might
how-
want to give that an option.
well,
I'll be at, the problem is having the bid in hand at the end of the sale.
Gotcha.
That's when we're opening up the bids.
Right. Okay. Okay.
yeah, it will be hard to do.
They could certainly send a local proxy or something like that, but
Oh, okay. Send local proxy, okay?
No, I'm good with the numbers and
Yeah.
okay.
What would somebody do with that truck? Just part it out, the half ton?
Yeah, they part it out. I mean, the truck does run, but they would have to take the body off and rebuild it and
Yeah,
I mean, then
So-
it has to be safety again, like I can't even pretend to know what it would need for safety.
yeah, so the engine's probably still good because it's only
It's running,
low kilometers.
Yeah,
maybe somebody wants a bush truck, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
excellent.
Okay, number 13, the drawings, JML.
This is part of your budget. This is just the agreement to execute, the start of the project. They would, send some engineers down to survey the north end of the town, and then complete the, CAD drawings so that we have them as part of the operation and, maintenance manuals for the ECA, the CLI ECA.
And you're coming in slightly under budget.
I am.
That's awesome.
There you go. Okay, number 14, Director of Operations, Good Energy Solutions.
So I'm not sure if you want to defer this to the next meeting until we can have the delegation and better explain it. There's no rush. The program is good until like into 2026, so I would defer this if
Okay.
you agree to that.
Okay?
Yeah.
I would agree.
I would agree. I'm just gonna make one little note. For 2026, believe it or not, like the difference between going, I read through the whole thing, the difference between going through option one and option two, something I do want to point out, and just for interest sake, I'm not saying you have to do it, because we haven't really come up with a strategy for it, but the arena and rec center, since they are recreational places, may in fact be OCIF eligible. Just an FYI.
Okay.
Okay, Director of Operations, MCO Water Parks.
So the inventory that we had for the water main, we used the 6-inch valve that we had in stock, and we used some of the main water pipe, grip rings, bolts. It all has to be NSF parts. They're very specific to water systems, so we need to replenish the stock that we used in that repair. And I do have budget room to complete that purchase. So the list of parts that I need, it comes to $4,500, $70. And the cost of the rental equipment to perform that dig came in slightly over budget. So we have $3,000 in the equipment rental line, but it came in at $3,900.
So you want to take the parts of the transmission distribution GL, and we'll let the equipment rental sit over for now. That's your thinking? Okay.
Yeah.
So how much do you have for the parts then?
I have $5,000 in the GL for water transmission distribution GL. That's supplies. So I have $5,000 in there, and the bill comes to $4,500. And the equipment rental, I had $3,000 in that budget line, but the rental came in at $3,979. So we'll be $900 over budget in that one.
Okay. I have no problem, getting the parts, cause I've been involved in not having the parts. And so you're sending a guy or whatever to Nivigan or Marathon, or if Thursday doesn't have them or whatever, and it's just another, so, I mean, if you have the parts on the shelf, then it's an important part of your system.
It's crucial to keep water supplied to your residents.
It's not like,
And I'm sure parts keep going up and better price
Mhm.
all the time.
Yeah,
You don't have them.
You know, and if you're just replacing what you used, Tom, and
Yeah.
not putting 50 something on the shelf, I got no issue with that.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, excuse me, number 16, recreation program report.
Okay, so Evan's reporting that for Canada Day, we had members from the Pays Plot First Nations perform an opening ceremony and a blessing. Unfortunately, though, we did have issues once again with the cenotaph pole outlet not working. Extension cords were ran from the food bank to the venue for the bingo. The final budget cannot be completed because the general ledger was missing some purchases. But once this is finalized, then we will give you a report, a budget variance.
Do we have it in the budget, or is it something that we can do? Is this way we can, he states in here once again
Yeah.
that we had to run, is there some way we can look at that power outlet? Are we not, like, is it any good?
I do believe Jake did look at it.
It is a brand new outlet that Jake installed just last year to make our events easier, more convenient. Problem, somebody keeps kicking it off the pole. So every time I go to use it, it needs a repair. So we need to rethink on maybe we can move it to a more sturdy 4x4 post or something like that, and then put a lockbox over it. I'm not sure what the solution is, but it's, vandals are breaking.
They just take the whole thing and.
They just kick it off the post.
Awesome.
Tim, can you work on a solution maybe and bring it to us for the next meeting? I know it's not like you haven't got anything to do, but.
Yep.
I think your solution is probably the best way to go. Either that or install that plug like 50 feet up where they can't get at it. But
Yeah, that's the other option.
I don't know. Sorry,
Yeah, we're gonna show up at the event and say, how the hell are we gonna plug that in?
just stand on your shoulders.
Okay.
Okay, so for.
Sorry, Rhonda.
No, that's okay. Heritage Days, I mean, the report does include, what kind of tasks go with it. I'm not gonna read every one of them. It's kind of an extended list. Evan unfortunately was away for a good portion of the planning of Heritage Days. So when he came back, it was a matter of Evan and the committee executing what had been planned. The SEED program, started on July 7th and will finish on August 29th. Currently, there are 17 kids registered, which is awesome. T-ball, softball, and I forget what the S are, if it's seniors, something, softball. Anyways, the older kids. So Ashton Nesbitt, Rob Fenton, and, oh my goodness, I forget the young girl's name, are running those programs. So for T-ball, there were 22 registrations, softball 19, and senior softball numbers were 19.
Nice.
So 60 registered at $30 per registration, so for a total of $1,800. That's nice. We had the following events and rentals take place in July. There was a celebration of life, and there was Schreiber Media Center held a bingo, and there was another celebration of life. So, conclusion, he's saying that in the month of August, the Recreation Committee will discuss Heritage Days 2025 and list suggestions to make the festival better next year. The committee will discuss the Franco-Ontarian Flag Day celebrations in September, Halloween activities in October, and the vendor fair in November. Christmas activities for December and Winter Carnival in 2026. Yeah.
Can they, I would assume they're gonna pick or not pick, I mean, the 4 days for Winter Carnival and Heritage Days. I already had somebody,
Oh, the committee, you mean? That's you.
Yeah, he's supposed to have a meeting.
I think it's on the,
Yeah, it's supposed to be tomorrow.
it's when we're away anyway.
So,
oh, that's rescheduled?
yeah, I don't know when, I should say rescheduled, it will be rescheduled, it's not that right.
Okay.
So Ron, I don't know if you can provide direction just to say, when you have that meeting, to give us the dates if people are asking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, move on to communication plan. Number 5, thank you card from Zoe.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. All, wish her all the success in school.
Did we lend support to Lee's on this already, or are we going to? Thought we did already, hey?
Oh, pretty good.
I think it even says that, letter.
Maybe
Is
it's
it?
different.
I'm requesting that you review this draft bill and offer your support. Did we do this already, Rhonda?
I don't remember it.
Township, see, it's right. Okay, does it say that?
Township.
I'm requesting that you review this draft bill and offer your support. Several municipalities across the north have already passed council resolutions. Oh,
Yeah.
On the northern highway safety plan, is
Yeah.
that something different?
I don't think so.
No, you're right.
It was from another member, I think.
Oh, yeah, sorry, guys, this one is today to request your support for the MPP Mushkegowuk James Bay, a new private members bill for Highways 11 and 17 Act. Is it the same thing? I have two.
Northern 11,
What's that first?
Northern Highway Safety Plan.
That's the same thing that we've already supported then, right?
And the other one is
Okay.
the Northern 11 and 17 Safety Act, 2025.
Yeah,
I don't know honestly.
Check.
okay.
Number 6, I think we should support.
Yes,
They're asking for money,
yep,
Yeah,
and we're not getting anything to send our representative off for the police board, so.
should we as a municipality be creating, like, support this? Support Grave Bruce, but perhaps is there any appetite, Mayor, for us writing our own resolution
no,
to mimic this?
I think it's a good idea.
we could.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
like along the lines of
Along the
the same.
same lines, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, okay.
Okay. Hearing no more. We have no unfinished business and no other business, so we come to resolution 262 -25. Moved by Councilor McGrath, seconded by Councilor Bryson, that the closed meeting resume at this time to discuss the minutes of the July 22nd, 2025 and August 5th, 2025 closed sessions and personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. All those in favor? Carried.